Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well today. I am here today with a 2025 year-end review. How did the triangle do in the real estate market last year, and how do we look compared to 2024? We'll look at some trends as well. I already did a market projections video, so if you didn't get a chance to see what the projections were, what experts are saying, is going to happen in the real estate market in 2026, either in nationally and here in the Triangle. Be sure to check out my YouTube channel. Welcome to Raleigh. But I'm going to share my screen and get right into it. So today we're going to start high level, the entire Triangle MLS region. We're going to focus on this box right over here, which has year-to-date data. But overall, the Triangle had a great year in real estate. New listings were up almost 13%. So this is something we've seen consistently across the board. We're getting more and more inventory coming on the market. It's great if you're a buyer in the market today. That means there's more options available to you than there have been in the past. Overall, sales for the year up 5.5%. And we had a huge December. I'm sure you saw, maybe you heard on the news that nationally the real estate market was up. I think it was up 5% in the month of December. We had a huge December here in Raleigh, up over 13%. When we look at the average sales price and the median sales price, not a huge change. I mean, the median sales price was flat versus last year. The average sales price in the entire Triangle region up 1%. So, we aren't seeing that extreme price growth that we saw during the pandemic. Things have kind of settled down to where we're seeing, normal, healthy appreciation in home prices. So 1% to 3% roughly. And that's a positive thing. It means the market is normalizing. Experts are projecting that we're going to continue to see that slow, steady growth in home price appreciation going forward nationally in 2026. Also, something I've been tracking is what percentage sellers are getting of their original list price or of their final list price. So, home prices are up. The average, average sales price is up versus last year. The median sales price is flat, but we are going through a little bit of a market correction. So sellers on average for the entire year came off their original list price almost 4%. And then if you were listed at, let's say, 500 and you dropped your list price to 475 and you sold at that price, your last list price is 475. So sellers came off their last list price almost 2% when you're looking at the entire year. On December, they got a little bit more aggressive. So we saw more price reductions in December. You can see sellers came off their original list price almost 5% just in the month of December. And so that could have been one of the things that drove more sales right there at the end of the year. So this is the entire Triangle region. I sell a lot all over the place, but I really focus a lot on Cary, Raleigh, and Durham. But for the purposes of this video, I'm just going to focus on Raleigh and Durham. So we saw similar trends when we look at the real estate data for Raleigh. New listings were up. The median sales price, so while it was flat in the entire Triangle MLS, the median sales price was up almost 2% in Raleigh. The average sales price up over 3%. You can see the average sales price in Raleigh just shy of $610,000. And overall, we had a big December as well in Raleigh. So sales for the month were up 14.5%. And then we see that same trend that we've been seeing. What percentage sellers are coming off their original list? What are they coming off their last list price? So we're seeing similar trends in Raleigh as well. Sellers coming off almost 4% of the original list price and about 1.5% off of their final list price. Durham, for the year, new listings were up 20%. The median sales price was down almost 1% when compared to 2024, but the average sales price up almost 6%, and the average sales price in Durham $503,000. So again, up almost 6% when compared to 2024. A little bit of a softer sales month in December, so sales were up almost 3%. When compared to last year. So, the entire Triangle was up, in the teens. Raleigh was up in the teens. So a little bit slower growth in Durham in December. And then we're seeing that same trend with regard to coming off the list price. in Durham. So sellers are doing price reductions. We're also seeing, and it's not reflected in this, more sellers are doing seller concessions. So they may be giving money in lieu of repairs. They may be giving money for buyers to buy down the rate and do like a 2-1 buy down. So we're seeing that as well, as an effort for sellers to get a deal to come together or to keep a deal together. So that really gives you a high level overview of the entire Triangle MLS, Raleigh, and Durham. I wanted to look at some trends, and I pulled some interesting data because I talk a lot about like what happened pre-pandemic. So really, when you look at real estate, the last normal years in real estate were really like 2018, 2019, and then 2021 into the pandemic, and then everything kind of changed. So I look a lot at what happened pre-pandemic and compare that to today. So we'll look at what's gone on the last couple of years, and we'll look at what happened in 2019, which really was the last normal year in real estate. So when we look overall at the entire Triangle MLS, the last few years of new listings, you can see we're at 54,000 for 2025. 2021 is the last year on this list, but if I shift over here, you can see new listings in 2019 just shy of 50,000. So we've surpassed where we were in that last normal year in real estate. Looking at under contract sales, 2021 really was a huge year, and then 2022, the rate started going up, so sales started to soften. So naturally, from 2021 to 2022, we saw less under contract sales because buyers were taken out of the market. The market was, they slowed it down a little bit by increasing the rates. And so then we've seen 3 years of kind of sluggish under contract sales and then sluggish sales the last 3 years. Experts are projecting we will see an increase in real estate sales this year. They're kind of all over the place. I think realtor.com is like right around 1%. Zillow's around 4%. The National Association of Realtors is the most aggressive at a 14% increase in sales in 2026. I hope that is the case. I mean, that would be outstanding. I guess the point is we've had 3 years of sort of sluggish or slower sales pace. And all the experts are really projecting towards more transactions in 2026. Inventory, I like to look at this one as well. And this is going to be an interesting one when you compare to pre-pandemic levels. So 2025, almost 9,700 homes available for sale. You can see how that looks when you compare across the board here, with 2021 really being, really hitting a low point as far as inventory being available for sale. And when we compare to what does that look like compared to 2019? So we're really right back at those pre-pandemic levels, or a little bit above pre-pandemic levels when we look at inventory available for sale or homes available for sale at the end of the year. So that's great news if you're a buyer. That means, obviously, I've mentioned it before. I mentioned it in all my videos. So if you're on the sidelines and you're waiting to get into the market, there's more inventory available, and then if you're a seller, it means there's more competition available for you. So there's going to be different things that you have to do. You're going to have to make sure that home is ready. All the repairs have been done. It looks good. It's ready to go, and it's priced right. And that's really the most important thing. One of the final points I'd make is, and big news in 2026 is, you just type in mortgage rates and you get top stories that mortgage rates have hit a 3-year low. So I think it was a week ago, Friday, that mortgage rates actually dropped below 6%. So this was huge news. And we did that first weekend see a lot of activity in the real estate market, and a lot of homes go under contract and things like that. So hopefully we see that continue. Experts are projecting that rates will stay like right around 6% over the course of the year. That's still an improvement from where we've been. I think January of last year, rates were closer to 7%. So with that, being around 6%, it really affects your, monthly mortgage payment, and can make homes a little bit more affordable. It opens it up to more buyers. More buyers could potentially qualify, things like that. So that is a 2025 year-end review for the Triangle and how we did. If you have questions on the real estate market, don't hesitate to reach out. If you're here locally and you want to get more information on your neighborhood or your area or city, please reach out. If you want more information like this, check out my YouTube channel, Welcome to Raleigh. There's more videos like this. There's my projection video, and there's information on the area as well. I look forward to talking to you again soon, and I hope you have a great day.